Hello everyone, my name is Omar Lammie and my research paper was focused on representational metafunctions, which are the content or potential ideas, stories, and concepts represented in multimodal ensemble. It has always been my belief that effective communicators are able to convey important ideas and concepts in such a way that the average person easily understands. I know that mass media, for example, in very subtle ways also convey a wide variety of ideas, etc., oftentimes reinforcing narratives that are simply not true. The entire communication process which tends to be multimodal, um, incorporates various discrete sign systems, um, incorporates various discrete sign systems to articulate and represent meaning potential. And it then becomes important for media literate individuals to be able to understand how meaning is constructed when semiotic sign systems interact with each other. For young readers, images are more easily understood than writing, and as a means of communication, the image is a nonverbal message that can explain and give a particular emphasis on the content of the message. Also, the role of images on a book's cover is compelling because it is easier to remember than the words, and it is the fastest for the children's understanding of its meanings. Thus, to further understand the role of representational metafunction and intended or constructed meaning as an individual must seek to develop an understanding of narratives and conceptual images based on the concept of critical literacy, which means a way of engaging with text that involves examining social and political issues in various forms of media, such as listening for multiple voices and critiquing dominant ideologies. Thus, for use and application in relation to, but certainly not limited to, music pedagogy, research encourages music educators to approach music listening in a way that is conducive to critical literacy. Another area where understanding representational metafunction and construction of meaning has tremendous use and application in pedagogy is in the teaching of English. In one research conducted in Brazil, it was emphasized that because communication is increasingly multimodal, it behoves teachers of English to pay close attention to the ways in which semiotic resources other than verbal languages have been used to create identities and position people socially, especially because school plays, or at least should play, a vital role in people's individual social, cultural, and political development. The role of representational metafunction in the construction of meaning also has use and application in how we perceive certain members of our society, especially for the mere fact that the ways in which people perceive each other does impact on the quality of their relationship and interaction with each other. Thus, by looking at the role of representational metafunction and the narratives based on one research, when we analyze textual and visual portrayal of Muslims after 9/11 through images, images of the covers of Western print media, we'll find that the modes of meaning expression surpasses verbal articulation to construct other means of representation. Research also provides the understanding that when we analyze health care based cartoons, we will begin to unpack both explicit and implicit cultural beliefs about medicine, including that of the doctor's power over the patient and the patient's distrust in their doctors. In conclusion, the role of representational metafunction in the construction of meaning has influenced just about every facet of our human experiences. And as the world's communication process becomes increasingly multimodal in nature, it then behoves to all media literate individuals to pay close attention to the ways in which the various science systems are being used in the creation of meanings, especially because the ability to understand the meaning making process further positions an individual to be able to deconstruct and unpack unpack meanings that might be buried under the surface of text, pictures, gestures, and videos, etc. Thus, I believe that it is safe to also conclude that representational metafunctions are neither innocent or neutral in how they reflect reality, but indeed they serve as symbols during the interpretive process as we seek to understand and find meanings in the world around us. Thank you for watching my presentation. I was very tired while doing this presentation. I did a couple hours in the emergency room working, taking care of patients. So forgive me if I'm really not at my best self in this presentation. Thank you.